In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate.
Long ago, in a time when mankind had strayed far from the guidance of their Creator, Allah chose a man among them to carry His message. This man was Nuh, peace be upon him.
This man was Nuh, peace be upon him, a prophet sent not only to warn, but to call his people back to the worship of the one true God. For generations, people had fallen into idolatry. They carved idols from wood and stone, giving them names and claiming that these lifeless statues could bring blessings or protect them from harm. The truth of Allah's oneness had been forgotten, and the whispers of Shaitan had spread. It was in this time that Allah raised Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him, to guide his people. With patience and mercy, he stood before them and said, O my people, worship Allah. You have no deity other than Him. Indeed, I fear for you the punishment of a tremendous day. But his people mocked him. They looked at Nuh, an ordinary man, and said, You are nothing but a human like us. We see that only the lowest among us follow you. Why should we believe? Yet Nuh did not lose hope. Year after year, he called them day and night, in public and in private.
He spoke to them with gentleness, urging them to seek forgiveness from Allah, promising them mercy, rain, gardens, and rivers if they would only return to their Lord. 950 years passed. Generations were born and died, yet the majority of his people rejected him. Imagine that, nearly a millennium of patience, perseverance, and unwavering faith. Some would plug their ears when he spoke, others would wrap their cloaks tightly around themselves to avoid hearing his words. And many laughed at him openly. Still, Nuh, peace be upon him, endured. He prayed, he wept, he pleaded for them to see the truth. His heart ached for their salvation, not their destruction. But at last, after centuries of rejection, Allah revealed to him that no more of his people would believe, except those who had already believed. Answer: the divine command came, construct the ark under our watchful eyes and our inspiration. Prophet Nuh began building a massive ship, on dry land, far away from the sea. His people laughed louder than ever before. They jeered at him, saying, What are you doing, Nuh? Building a ship in the desert? But Nuh continued, hammering each plank, fastening each board, fulfilling the command of his Lord. Piece by piece, the ark rose, a colossal vessel built to carry life through the coming storm. And then, when the ark was complete, the sign came. The earth trembled, the skies darkened, and the fountains of water gushed forth from beneath the ground. Rain began to fall, not the gentle rain of mercy, but the fierce rain of judgment. The heavens poured without end. The earth split open with torrents. Rivers overflowed, valleys drowned, and mountains disappeared beneath the rising waves. At Allah's command, Nuh took with him the believers, few in number but strong in faith. And upon the ark, he carried pairs of every animal, male and female, that life may continue after the flood. As the waters surged, the ark floated by Allah's will, guided through waves as high as mountains. Inside, Nuh and his followers prayed for safety, their hearts trembling at the might of Allah's decree. And then came a moment of deep sorrow. Nuh saw his own son, standing apart from the ark, refusing to join him. With a father's desperate heart, he cried out, O my son, come aboard with us, and do not be with the disbelievers. But his son, blinded by pride, replied, I will take refuge on a mountain to protect me from the water. Nuh, peace be upon him, warned him, there is no protector today from the decree of Allah, except for whom he shows mercy. And as the waves rose between them, his son was swallowed by the flood. Imagine the pain in Nuh's heart, to see his own flesh and blood perish in disbelief. Yet he submitted to the will of Allah, knowing his wisdom is perfect. For 40 days and nights, the flood raged. The world was washed clean of corruption and disbelief. Every trace of arrogance and rebellion was erased, leaving behind only the ark and its passengers, floating upon an endless ocean. And then, by Allah's mercy, the storm subsided. The skies cleared, the waters receded, and the ark came to rest upon Mount Judy. With gratitude overflowing, Nuh, peace be upon him, stepped onto the renewed earth. He and his followers prostrated to Allah, thanking him for salvation. Humanity would begin anew, built upon faith, upon gratitude, upon the lesson of the flood. Allah had made an example for all generations to come. That disbelief leads to destruction, and that patience, perseverance, and trust in Allah lead to salvation. Prophet Nuh's story is not only about a flood that drowned the earth. It is about the flood of disbelief that can drown hearts, the storm of arrogance that blinds souls, and the ark of faith that saves those who trust in Allah. Answer: Nuh, peace be upon him, stands as a timeless example of steadfastness, a prophet who called for 950 years, never losing hope, never giving up, until the command of Allah was fulfilled. May Allah grant us patience like Nuh, faith like his followers, and salvation in the ark of belief, on the day when no refuge will remain except with Allah, the Most High.